Okay, today I'm going to show you how to use a stamp in a punched image so that it looks like what you did is you stamped your image and then you punched it out with your punch. And this is very similar to using a photo in your punch, and you'll do it the exact same way. And I kind of had this thought as I was going to bed last night that you should be able to do this with a stamp if you can do it with a photo. So what you'll do is, I'm using a Mac, but this should be very similar on a PC. You'll go into your folder for My Digital Studio. Mine is under Applications, My Digital Studio. Then Components. Then what you want to do first is find the stamp that you want to use. So you'll go into your stamps, and I find what works best for this technique is using a pattern stamp or something that will cover the whole punch. So the first thing I tried was the Friend by Definition stamp, and that worked great. So you'll go into the stamp, and I'm just going to copy and paste it. So you can go up here and do Edit Copy, or on a Mac it's Command C. Then what you're going to do is go back into your components, but this time you're going to go into your backgrounds, into your Designer Series paper, and you'll see I already have a folder for photos. That's because I've used that technique before where you fill a punch with photos. Now we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to add a new folder called Stamps. And then I'm just going to go into the folder and go Edit, Paste Item. Or again, on a Mac it's Command V. So you'll see that the stamp is now in there. And it would actually work really well if you went through your stamps and just found all the stamps you wanted to use for this technique, copied and pasted them into this folder. Then you'll be all ready to go. So now that that's all set, we can close out of that and go into My Digital Studio. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a punch, and I'm going to do the tag punch. Select Apply and make it the size you want. I'm just going to enlarge it so you can see this a little better. So now we're going to do paper fill. And you'll see in here we have quite a few folders, and there's my photo folder, and there should be a stamp folder right here. So you go in and select the stamp you want, and I want the Friend by Definition. Now the punch will take on the stamp you used, and it will be in the shape of the punch. And the great thing is you can double click and zoom in or out based on how large you would like the pattern. So it works just like you were using a paper. Now you are limited in that you can only use black stamped images, but you can change your punch so that it's colored. And the way you do that is you go into your mat, and I just want a size 1 mat, that's the smallest one, and you pick your color here. Select OK, and the punch will take on the color of the mat. So that's kind of a neat technique that you can use. As you'll see right here, I did it with the tag, I also did it with the butterfly. So go ahead and try out all different kinds of stamps, and I can't wait to see what you come up with, and it's such a fun technique.